Monster morons, welcome back to the Good Guys podcast. I'm sitting here with a guy who just showed his wang on the portal in the Flatiron District to all of Dublin, Ireland. It's Ben Soffer.
They deserved it. They deserved it.
What is this dumb portal?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, and I want nothing to do with it. Josh, you look fantastic, as always. I feel like you rarely wear short sleeves.
Thank you.
You're more of a long sleeve guy on the pod.
But I have great arms. I
agree.
Thank you.
You should start going tank top.
Maybe I have slightly Dubrow arms, you'd call them.
Yeah, no, they look amazing.
Terry Dubrow?
They look very buff.
Here, wait, I'll give you more. Hold on. Ooh.
And if you're not watching, you can't see. Oh my God.
What about that, babe?
Oh my, holy crap.
Oh my God, Marshall just fainted.
Honestly, if you're listening at home, if you're listening and you're not watching, you're missing out. Like this is OnlyFans.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
We should do a Patreon and I'll just charge for this. And I'll just be like, and I'll just do a live stream and be like, hey, Jan the kid, 547. Hey, Don the man, 238. Wow. Okay.
You look hunky. Like big hunk.
Thank you so
BHE,
much.
big hunk energy.
Thank you so much.
Big fan.
I'm thick as a Triscuit and I'm getting an echocardiogram tomorrow, so I'm a little insecure, but otherwise I feel great.
Are you? Talk me through that. Are you scared?
No, I am elective surgery Sam over here. If it's free, if it's covered, I'm doing it. And my cardiologist said, why not? So I said, let's do it, babe.
Do you have chest hair?
Plenty. Yeah, I do.
You do. So then they take those little, I've had an echocardiogram before, and they take off it's like a little sticky thing, and they put it to your chest.
The
it's
leads.
like glue.
The leads.
And when they rip those off, ooh, baby. If you got chest hair, it's no good. It's no good.
I know. I always feel like they're putting on a what's it called? Like a lie detector test. And my heart starts speeding. I get a little white coat syndrome.
Yeah. Well, speaking of white coat syndrome, coats are just like t-shirts and just like hats. That was a weird transition. And I just wanted to thank you all for buying all our merch. We have very little left. It was a fantastic drop. We love the merch. We wear it all the time. The What Do You Nuts tee, the beautiful Good Guys hat. And when you get your merch, please take some pictures. Show us you wearing the merch. It's exciting for us. It's exciting, right, Josh, for us to see our merch out in the wild. Maybe if you do end up gifting it to your mom, putting your mom in that tee, Would love to see her in the What Do You Nuts tee. And again, if you haven't bought, limited supply left at shopgoodguys.com. And then it'll be gone. And that'll be that.
We should do like a plus size merch drop, and we should cut the shirts to mirror those Disney caricature shirts that people wear when like, it's kind of like a potato sack and they'll wear it, to Disney. They'll kind of wear it anywhere.
Do you know what size our current merch drop goes up to?
5X?
6.
No.
Yeah.
We are I just want to.
So if you're at home listening, unable to cross your legs, 550 pounds, thinking about going and visiting Dr. Nazardin and just saying, do I gain 50 more pounds to have TV fame? You can still buy and wear our merch.
I want to celebrate us for our inclusion. And I also want to celebrate us. It's not fat shaming, it's fat enabling. And for that, I think we should have a parade.
I totally agree. And for our next merch drop, because we're so fat inclusive, Josh, we're going XL to 6X. If you're large or under, nope. Gain weight.
Our next merch drop's going to be a reinforced lazy boy. So wrong. Someone wrote in our reviews, they're like, well, little much about the weight. And I was like, I hear you.
It's our life. Like there's nothing more to do. Like I don't know. Ooh, should we make Good Guys handicap stickers? Branded handicap stickers?
Love that. Good Guys Velcro diabetes shoes.
I'm in.
What else?
Branded Ozempic pens.
Yes.
Maybe like a little sticker to put on your pen.
Good Guys Gold Bomb powder.
That's good. Ooh, Tums.
Good Guys antacid.
Yeah, like our own brand. Should we come out with our own first aid kit? where it's just our like home branded Tums, ibuprofen, Band-Aids.
But it's got to be medicines that we take regularly. So it's like Good Guys Zyrtec, Good Guys Tums, Good Guys. It's really it.
That's it. Those are the things that we take. I've been using my Navage a lot lately because of my sinus issues. I've told you about the Navage, right?
Tell me again.
The Navage, there's a neti pot, if you've heard of the neti pot. You put a little water in, you put a little salt that looks like a tea kettle, you put it in one nostril, pour it over, and it does this, it's this disgusting process where the water goes in one nostril and out the other. And it cleanses the sinuses, opens them up with that beautiful salt water. The Navage is God's gift. It's the automatic to the stick where you put in this machine, it goes in both nostrils, you press a button, and it circulates the water through your nose, and then it pops out into the bottom of this contraption. So yeah, I've been Navaging, and my sinuses have never felt better.
Sounds like hooey.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
It might be hooey adjacent.
I'll tell you why it is hooey, because if you don't use the right kind of water, you have to use distilled. Who normally has distilled? Me. But most people don't. They're just going to go and use tap water. And if you put that tap water in, you're going to get a worm in your brain.
Like Robert Kennedy Jr.?
Yes. He used Navage.
That was a weird admission.
Yeah. He used the Navage.
I don't think anyone was digging. I don't think this was going to come out if he hadn't told everyone, listen, a worm did eat a part of my brain, NBD.
Speaking of random omissions, did you see that Aaron Rodgers, Tucker Carlson interview?
Yes, where he
very randomly, I think that they were talking about like hacking on like computers or something, that like the government can see anything in your computer, and Aaron like randomly, I just saw a clip, so this could totally be out of context, but the clip that I saw was Aaron saying, oh yeah, that's why it's great that I don't watch any porn on my computer and I'm not into any of that weird funky stuff. And it's like, Aaron, nobody asked you.
Wow.
Nobody.
What a flex.
Asked you. Nobody asked you.
Have you ever tried to go on a cleanse from porn?
No. Why?
I don't know. So just to see how you would feel if you weren't sort of indulging.
Permanently erect.
Could you use your thoughts if you needed to? Could you use your brain?
Absolutely.
How refreshing.
Absolutely.
How new.
I love my thoughts.
It's like putting on.
My thoughts are amazing.
When you use your thoughts, it's like putting on a 45. It's like, I'm not going to listen to my iPod. I want to listen to vinyl.
Yeah, no, it's there. And I love it. I prefer, okay, that's a lie. I was going to say I prefer my thoughts, but my thoughts are a wonderful alternative.
Totally.
Do you remember back in the day? I don't know when did you first get a cell phone?
16.
Okay. So at 16 years old, what kind of phone did you have? Maybe a Sony Ericsson?
A Nokia.
A Nokia. You had the Nokia. Did your Nokia have a browser?
No, it barely had Snake.
It barely had Snake. So my first phone, I guess it's the same timing. I also had a Nokia, but then my second phone was the Sony Ericsson. I was 15 years old, and I remember I was unbelievably excited when I figured out that there was some kind of Safari where I could watch, I guess, the equivalent of, I don't even know how low def this was, porn on my phone.
Yeah, it's those kind of discoveries for a young man. It's like... It's
life-changing.
Yeah, it's our own little, it's a treasure.
But if you think that like NBA Live 2000 had bad graphics, you had to see porn on a Sony Ericsson. Like this was, it was like Minecraft.
They should use that as punishment for teens nowadays. Like, all right, well, you get the Sony Ericsson for 2 weeks, kid.
Yep. Got to learn how we used to slide.
I just don't think, I think most of my friends have now made themselves impervious to where they can never use their thoughts. And I'm like, you're making a big mistake. Like, I'm visiting my exes in my brain, and it's totally allowed. I'll be like,
it's allowed.
Nice to see you again, Sarah. And we're having a sojourn. We're going out for deli. And let me tell you, I'm like, this is naughty. And then we're going back to Sarah's and doing things that you wouldn't want to repeat to your rabbi.
Yeah, it's like it's free OnlyFans. It's free.
It really is. It's the closest thing that we're both going to get to a hall pass, and we need to accept that, Ben.
I wonder if there's technology waiting for us in the future. And then before our mothers pass out, we'll move on from the porn talk. I wonder if there's something here where we can get the thoughts in our brain and the way that we see it in our brain projected in like some kind of like those like Apple glasses or something. Is there something in the future taking our brain thoughts and projecting them like AI into something in front of us?
It would need to have a good privacy screen because I don't know. I don't want to know what's going on in there.
Totally. That would be frightening. Frightening.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, not that anybody asked, but I had a very, very difficult week.
Let it out.
And I'd like to clarify that this is like the most first world problem difficult week. I didn't have a difficult week in reality. I have a blessed life.
Let it out, baby.
Wonderful life. But while we're complaining, my wonderful New York Knicks they're on a run that they haven't been on in 25 years.
Crushing.
The last time the Knicks reached the conference finals was 2000, and they're one game away. I wanted to go to game 5. Knicks series was tied 2-2. The pivotal game 5, great game. Knicks ended up winning. I bought tickets on StubHub. I found a good deal last minute. And I go with my friends, and we're going to scan our phones, and I go to the StubHub app, and my tickets aren't sitting in StubHub. And I called them. I'm like, hi, we just paid $1,800 for 3 seats, $600 a ticket.
Wow.
And by the way, that was a deal.
Good
I'm
tickets?
like, hi. Yeah, they were good. Not amazing. Good.
Wow.
Worse than where we sat.
Your disposable income gives me the shivers.
No. Look, you're
it
also
makes me sick.
Come on. This wasn't even a lot of money, and for something that you love deeply, you'd spend it on Max.
Would you? I try not to.
Would you? But so
Max needs new sneakers.
Yeah. Not happening.
This morning he was like, my toes are hitting the front of my shoes. So I'm like, wear them a couple more days. Jesus Christ. Sorry, go for it.
We'll get you. We'll get you a Band-Aid.
Yeah, I got you new ones 2 months ago.
Yeah. Call Hoka's.
Yeah, can you get a brand deal? Pull your weight in this family. Have I taught you nothing? Offer 2 IG stories and you'll settle at 3. 3 frames. They're going to ask for 6. And you tell them, I love the idea and I'm excited to work together, but I only feel comfortable with 2. You'll find somewhere in the middle.
You'll find middle ground, but don't give it all away at once. But so I called StubHub and I'm like, hi, I just paid for these tickets and I don't have them. And the game started. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry about this inconvenience. We're waiting for the seller to send them to us. You're selling tickets that you don't have yet? What does that even mean?
That's wild.
Right? And they said the seller has up to an hour to send us these tickets. Otherwise, you're not getting a refund. And I'm like, the game started. So you're telling me that if the seller decides to send these tickets at 8:45 in the middle of the second quarter, I'll still be charged? They're like, yes. The seller never sent the tickets. I never went into the game. I ended up getting a refund. I called StubHub today. I'm like, hi, can I get something? Like, I'm thinking like a $200 gift card, like something for the inconvenience. They're like, no, this is our policy. You got a refund. Be happy you got a refund. So I needed to talk about this story because StubHub did me dirty. And I missed the Knicks game. And it was pretty messed up. It was pretty messed up. So that was the first. That's what happened to me in the middle of the week, and I got over that. But it tough experience.
That's infuriating, and it's amazing to see the way in which different companies are approached to versions of that issue. Like, for instance, my mother has bought more than one lazy boy from Amazon, and so they will send it to her. And it'll cost anywhere from, $600 to $1,000, and it'll come. Yeah.
What?
That's
right.
What
kind of disposable income does she have?
Wow, you don't want an 80-year-old woman to be comfortable. That's fine. Have you seen her knees?
Why? Throw her in a hammock. What's wrong with a hammock?
I would throw her in a hammock if I could. Put a coconut in her hand and let her enjoy the view. So she'll buy it and they come and they deliver it and they put it together and she'll call them and go, "It's too stiff. This is crazy. Who was this made for? A millennial?" I'll be like, "Mom, no millennials buying a lazy boy." She's like, "I can't even get up from this thing." So she'll call Amazon, and at that price point, the idea of them coming and picking it up, putting it back on a truck and sending it back to the place would easily cost them $400 or $500. So they just go keep it and they return the money. Amazon, beautiful. Bezos, we love you.
Beautiful.
But I've certainly, but then again, I stayed at the Intercontinental in New York the last time I was in New York in December, and the water coming from the sink was literally cloudy. It was, it looked infected. And so I just wrote them a nice email. I'm like, "Listen, I'm a big fan. Love IHG. Love the Intercontinents. This was a little hectic. Want to do something about it?" No response.
It doesn't make any sense. Like when somebody says to us like, "Hey, I ordered spritz and it either came late or it came damaged or something," instantly I'm like, "Okay, great. I'll send you a new one for free." It's just, do you not want to retain a customer? It's such a strange phenomena. Like it costs so much money to acquire that customer, right? Like brands are paying so much money to acquire a customer because you're looking at it, not to get too specific, but like on the lifetime value of a customer. How much money would I have spent with StubHub over the next 40 years if they did right by me in this situation? So much more than the $200 in a credit that would have made me feel better. And now I will never, ever, ever buy tickets on StubHub again.
Wow. Because
I'm too scared. I'm too scared of what could happen. If I can't trust that they're going to get me tickets, why wouldn't I just buy them from Ticketmaster, who's reselling, or SeatGeek, or somebody that actually has the tickets? You know?
Was there a thought, because today is game 6, where the Knicks, God willing, will close it out in Indiana. Was there a thought to go there?
If I wasn't married, I'm there.
Why not?
Like you
don't have kids?
1,000%. No, I can't. She's right. It's too much. I can't just hop and go. It
probably would be about the same as if you went to go see it at MSG. I can't imagine the tickets are more in Indiana.
No, it's less the money. Tickets in Indiana. These people in Indiana hate the Pacers or are broke. They're so cheap. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that kills me. You got to go. And what would it be? $100 plane ticket?
It's not the money. It's the time, because it's an 8:30 game. I'd fly there tonight and then I'd have to sleep there.
Oh, stay in a Marriott Courtyard or a Spring Hill Suites with the free breakfast in the morning.
If you'll meet me there, I'm there. Otherwise, I'm out. But what I will say is, these Pacer fans, it's $80 to get in the door.
Oh my!
In the Garden, it's $550.
God.
$80. These Pacer fans hate the Pacers. They hate them.
Well, yeah, because New York is full of a bunch of finance bros wearing sleeveless vests and hoarding all their money.
Hoarding all their money.
These Indiana people, they're salt of the earth, working their balls off, minimum wage, beautiful blue collar folk. That would be my stump speech if I was running for president.
Yeah, these people from Indiana, all of them work in the mines.
Yes, like coal. I swear to God, if I
can I please buy courtside seats with this bag of coal?
If I hadn't done so many Schedule I narcotics, I would be such an incredible candidate for president. Signos, babe. Look, I have been loving tracking what the heck makes my blood sugar spike, because the truth is that the CDC estimates that there's approximately 96 million American adults, more than 1 in 3, that have prediabetes. And of those with prediabetes, 80% of people don't know it, because they don't know that foods high in carbohydrates, they raise blood sugar. And during digestion, the pancreas produces insulin. You remember all this from biology in high school, right? But that binds the sugar in the blood and takes it into cells as a source of energy. And if you have prediabetes, sugar begins to build up in your bloodstream. It's a no bueno. But with Signos, you can short circuit this cycle by using data directly from your body to design a weight loss plan. Look, on average, people make about 227 food choices a day, and you can learn the difference between stress eating and physical hunger. And you can literally see which foods cause your blood sugar to spike, and you'll better manage your energy throughout the day and sleep better at night. So, Signos removed the guesswork of weight loss and provided me with the tools and knowledge I needed to develop healthier habits. It combines my glucose data from the CGM or continuous glucose monitor with an AI-driven app to deliver me real-time glucose insights for optimal health and weight management. Right now, Signos has an offer exclusively for our listeners. Go to Signos.com, that's Signos.com, and get up to 20% off select plans by using code GOODGUYS today. That's Signos.com and use code GOODGUYS to get up to 20% off select plans for you today. Should we get to a story?
Would love to.
I would too, because on page 6, Rudy Giuliani's bizarre 80th birthday Amazon gift registry includes Armani cologne, an electric razor, and ceiling paint. He's going to paint the town for his birthday. Rudy Giuliani is celebrating his 80th birthday this month with parties being thrown by pals in New York and Palm Beach. And the bashes come with a gift registry, including everything from an electric razor, Giorgio Armani cologne, stain-blocking ceiling paint, and a 55-inch TV.
This can't be real.
It's real.
There's no way that he's doing a gift registry for his 80th.
But
it's not possible. I'm down to live in this world where we pretend it's possible and laugh about it, but that's impossible.
It's in the New York Post.
Oh, it must be true.
I mean, he's in a lot of legal battles. So, where's his money coming from?
So he needs a TV from his friend.
It might be super high def. It's not like a Vizio.
I think that this is the first time I've heard of a registry for a birthday party, and I'm actually thinking about it. Genius.
It's kind of genius. Unfortunately, you want to get to a point where you can say, please, no presents. And if you need to give something, donate to X charity. But God willing, I never get to that place. I just want all the gifts.
Yeah, well, what you could do, I just thought of this. You could set up the charity, but the charity is really funneling right back to you.
Yes.
Don't give me anything, just donate to my charity. And then the charity, they're going to give more money to charity than they would have given to you, but really it's all coming to you anyways.
Right, yes. Like the foundation for my Cool Sculpt.
Yes, and they get it tax deductible and you get free cash.
It's a 501.
I love it.
That sounds great. That's fraud. I think that's fraud.
I'm in. It's under Marshall's name anyways.
Perfect. It all goes back to Marsh.
Yeah.
I think that is a really interesting set of events. And there's another story that someone was recently talking about, that a director of company behind the New York City Dublin portal, as we were talking about before, says Flash's raunchy antics were inevitable. The misbehavior at the NYC Dublin portal that caused organizers to shut down the live stream link between the two cities, including a New Jersey OnlyFans star who flashed the screen with was inevitable, says the director of the company behind the project. So for anyone who doesn't know, they basically have put screens in Dublin and New York and cameras. So it's a live stream, right? So you're walking down the street and in theory, you look at the screen and you're seeing the other side of a feed coming from Dublin, Ireland, of a sidewalk there. So it's like you're in New York, you're in Dublin, you're in Dublin, you're in New York. But people are weirdos.
I think the whole idea is weird. To assume that people won't be weirdos was a very was very dumb. Like, what's the point? We don't have money. We don't have better use for these funds.
I know. I just don't know what you get out of it. Like,
I don't know. Maybe like the only thing that would make sense is if the Dublin Tourism Board paid us a whole lot of money to do that, so that we now want to go to Dublin. Otherwise, what's in it for us?
but again, too, like, and no shade on Dublin or New York, but they're both like cities, right? Like, if I was walking in New York and all of a sudden I see like Maui, I'd go, God, I got to get out of this city. I want to go somewhere like tropical and beautiful. Like New York, Dublin, they're kind of the same places.
Yeah, they're definitely, there's some similarities, except Dublin sucks.
Does it?
I don't know. I think so.
But it's a metropolis.
Yeah. It is. No. I agree with you. I'd rather see, let's do a live feed with Montana.
No, and then you see Kevin Costner roll up on a horse and put both of the beasts out of their misery. It's just one gigantic commercial for the last season of Yellowstone. I think it's already over.
Yeah, there was such a time, too, where all I wanted to do after watching that show was give it all up and become a rancher. Go get some land,
you mean
get a horse,
dressing?
Get a cow. Yeah.
You as a rancher.
I could do it.
This is Ben's version of a rancher.
Yeah. Ranch water.
Ooh, yeah. What is ranch water?
It is tequila. It's like a tequila seltzer and lime. That's a ranch water.
Oh, sounds calorie efficient.
It is. It definitely is. It's in the vodka soda realm.
Ooh, this will be fun. If I ever give up my sobriety, Ben, Marshall, what do you think my drink of choice would be?
Do you have an answer in mind already?
What?
Do you have an answer in mind?
I do.
Okay.
It's obviously Spritz Society.
A given.
But then after Spritz Society, I think you would like something on the sweeter side. We could easily get you back into drinking with a daiquiri. We could easily get you back in with a daiquiri. You would love a pina colada. Love.
Like an Aperol Spritz, perhaps.
Yeah, but he likes it even sweeter.
Oh, wow.
We're getting Josh.
We're talking about
Josh like
coconut cream or bottled coconut.
Yeah, yeah, eggnog. Like
I'm at the club with an eggnog. Woo! They're like, is he drinking milk?
He thinks he is.
I drink all the wrong drinks in the wrong settings. Like I'm in Palm Springs with a White Russian. They're like, it's 110 degrees. You can drink dairy. That would be the worst.
That's really funny.
Were we close?
That's really funny.
So you were close of what I would like to drink, because I will down a Miami Vice, a Pina Colada Virgin now. Love it. Love the taste. In practice, I imagine I would be like a kettle and club soda lime girly. Or the ranch water sounds good.
No, you would, because you'd be counting your calories.
For sure.
100%. You'd be going down that road. What this does remind me of, though, and somebody's going to steal this idea, we should make a alcohol-free canned or bottled Shirley Temple. Because what's more delicious than grenadine?
Grenadine is great.
And not enough people have it. I feel like it's lost on Gen Z.
I think my wife pitched that to you, that we do a canned...
A collab?
A canned collab, yeah, with no alcohol-free thing with me.
Oh, that one she did. Yeah, I didn't know if you signed off on that. So I said, yeah, good idea.
I'm in.
But yeah, we should do that.
But I want to make it
a mocktail.
Yeah, maybe the genius is we figure out how to not make it 800 calories like a normal Shirley Temple.
No, we're all 120 calories. We can get what we call a Shirley Temple modifier, Josh, that tastes like Shirley Temple.
Love that.
But is not.
Ultra processed. Yes, with some forever chemicals.
Clean. Also clean. No, it's good. It's good. It's clean.
Okay.
I don't know how it's made. Somehow we take horsehair and make it taste like Shirley Temple.
Perfect.
But it's clean.
Should we get to a speak pipe?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. If you want to get some advice from us, if you want to leave us a question, go to speakpipe.com/goodguys, and we will be happy to give you some advice. This is from Tara. Keep it brief.
Recent moron here. I have a dilemma. I want to possibly upgrade my engagement ring. I've been married 5 years this year, and I'm looking at some bigger, nicer rings. Now, the problem is the center diamond on this ring was his grandmother's, passed by his mom to him. Now, do I keep what I have or run the risk of possibly pissing his mom off but getting myself a nice little upgrade? Let me know your thoughts. Love you guys.
This is an interesting one. So one, does your husband care? Because I wouldn't be as worried about the mom as I would about the husband. If your husband doesn't care, I think you do what you want. But is there an opportunity, Josh, to build around the ring? Is there an opportunity to add stones around the initial ring? Is there the opportunity to take the initial ring and put it into a new setting, into a new ring? I think upgrading, no problem at all. You want a bigger ring? Go get a bigger ring. Or what you could do is you could keep that ring, buy yourself a whole new ring if you're rich like that, and wear the new ring, but always hold on to the original ring so that you can then pass that down to your daughter so that she can then talk about trading it when it went through 3 lifetimes of nachas.
Agreed. I think this girl sounds like a real, as our people say, chazer. This... See, I mean, it's his grandmother's ring, right?
Yeah.
It's a little, and it's only 5 years. You haven't been with the guy that long.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe, to your point, yes, if you can add on to the ring, if you can reset it, if you can find a way to honor the original ring and add to it, great. But I think replacing it, that would hurt me.
Yeah, it's also just, unless grandma had a big fat rock, usually the trade-in values on these older rings, it's not going to be what you're looking for anyways. So just keep the ring and buy a new one if you really want to do that. But trading it in like you're at GameStop and trading in your Crash Bandicoot for $5 when you paid $49.99, that's no good.
Yeah, and also like there's so many ways like you could get like a really diamonded out wedding band, right? Like dress up around it. Because my wife will tell me that if you put a halo around a diamond, it means the diamond's not that great. You're just trying to make it look bigger. Hence why her ring has a halo. Anyway, but 2 9/10 carats, insured for 4 carats. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. The whole thing of like ever giving away a family heirloom really freaks me out. And I think 5 years is too soon.
I think that it's always, I don't think it's the age. Selling that ring, if you don't have to, is fucked up.
Well, clearly, if he's using, like, I have plenty of family, like my mom has plenty of rings that she likes, but I wouldn't have used one of those to give to Paige just because I didn't feel a connection to that. And if someone uses a family ring, it's because they feel connected to it. So the idea of just like getting rid of it doesn't seem cool.
It's also not really hers to get rid of now that I'm thinking about it.
Right. Ooh.
But it's actually, then it's also kind of fucked up to give somebody that ring.
But then here's a for instance, what if you got divorced? Do you give back a family heirloom ring? Boys, Marshall, have I touched a chord?
I think I'd offer.
Me too.
Yeah.
Depends on how it ended. Like, I think if you're on good terms, for sure.
Wow,
but like,
cynic.
if he was a real cocksucker, then I don't know. Maybe I'd hold on to it.
Right.
Then you sell it.
Yeah, then you sell it. Selling it is not cool. That's the conclusion that we've come to.
Yes.
It's not cool.
Here's another one from Shelby.
Hey, Josh and Ben. So my 10-year wedding anniversary is coming up, and I was just curious if you guys tend to stick with the traditional wedding anniversary gifts. Do you not do gifts? Do you go rogue? What do you guys do? Anyways, thanks so much. Love the podcast.
Wow. Beautifully short speak pipe Shelby.
So the question is, do we give wedding anniversary gifts?
Yes. Or like, do we go traditional? Do we go rogue?
What is, walk me through traditional versus rogue.
Okay, let's look it up. We'll look it up.
Like what? Like, do you know what that means?
Well, I think there's more like traditional anniversary gifts.
If she means like traditional as in a ring, a bag,
So, okay. First year's paper, you've heard this before. Second year's cotton.
Whoa.
Third.
Oh, but no, I don't know what they are. So tell me.
Third, leather. S&M. Fourth is fruit or flowers. Fifth is wood. Sixth, candy or iron. This is so aggressively dumb.
Got it. So I'm letting you know that if I went the traditional route, my wife would divorce me. So
10 is tin or aluminum.
I go quote rogue. So it's like, no, I'm not buying Claudia wood for our 7th anniversary.
But like, what would the wood be? Like maybe like a piece of furniture, like
terrible. Or it could be this oak tree,
a nightstand.
Yeah,
A cello.
An ottoman, a cello. Yeah.
What about fruit, Josh? Hey, Paige, happy 5th anniversary. Here's this edible arrangement. Dunzo. You're like, damn it, I'll cancel it.
There goes our edible arrangement endorsement.
Oh no, I definitely go rogue.
I go rogue too. I'm not a big fan of presents in general. I especially think for your spouse, like if your spouse is really into them, you have to honor that. But I really want to have an agreement with my spouse where it's like we look at each other and go, we're grown-ups. When we want something, we will buy it for ourselves. Let's not put undue pressure on each other. The one thing that my perfect little wife does that really grinds my gears is she makes a present for me my problem. Like she'll be like, you're so tough. I'll be like, listen, like I am not tough because if it comes in the form of an Amazon gift card, Josh, you're going to be happy. But of course she doesn't want to do that because she feels like it's impersonal and thus then it becomes tough.
Yeah. I think that the longer that you're with someone, if you're with the right person, that's what tends to end up happening. Where like you more so buy things when you want it. And I prefer a trip. Trips are great. Of course, I like gifts too, but I prefer to pay for experiences rather than things these days. Like the Knick game.
Well, the theory of the Knick game, the idea of a Knick game.
The idea of a Knick game. And just saying, while we're talking about the Knicks for 6 seconds, when we win game 6 inevitably, and we're playing Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, I'll see you fuckers in Boston, okay?
You're going to go to TD?
And I'm going to go to TD. I'm going to take a picture of our beautiful billboard. We have a lot of Good Guys fans in Boston, and all I have to say is for that night, don't even look at me.
Love it. You're going to get... Ben is going to be the victim of a hate crime in Boston, and I'm really looking forward.
I can't fucking wait. I can't wait.
Ben is going to get beat up in Cambridge, and I'm here for it.
Do it.
Do you know that there's a place called the Cannoli King in Boston? And boy, are the cannolis unbelievable.
Wow. I love any kind of fresh made pastry.
What could be bad?
Nothing. You know, you like how I didn't say I love cannolis? Because to say I love cannolis, it's not enough to say that. If you make something fresh for me and you stuff it with just about anything other than poop, I'm going to love it.
Right.
A jelly stuffed, amazing. Custard, fantastic.
Please.
Some kind of honey, just a stuffed item.
What's the best stuffed item?
Wow.
I think
Are we talking savory, sweet? We're talking sweet.
No, all.
Ooh,
you can go dumpling, you could go samosa, any of it.
Wow. Such a vegan suggestion. You can go samosa.
Called out.
You could go stuffed tree bar. Cannoli or tofu.
Dumplings are really outstanding. I don't want to live in a world without a dumpling.
Yeah. I might go like bao bun.
You're going bao bun, huh?
I love bao so much. Yeah, so good.
You love bao more than, for argument's sake, a Boston cream donut or a jelly donut?
Yeah. 100%.
You love
I'm more savory.
You love bao. Okay, you're more savory. You love bao more than a chocolate croissant.
Well, I don't eat refined sugar, but we haven't talked about that yet on the podcast.
Wow. Ever?
No, like the last 2 years.
I
know there's so many.
You don't have a cheat day?
No, I don't crave it. Well, I have like blueberry. I have natural sugar for dessert. I don't want to trigger anyone.
Wait, so you'll have have coconut sugar?
I don't think I'd have that. I'd have like agave maybe. Yeah, because it's like natural, just not refined white sugar.
Hi, sorry, is this the police? Yeah, he's here.
I'm so sorry.
He's here. He's here. Take him away. It's been a really fun run.
Wow, Marshall.
Wow. Honestly, good for you.
Got fired.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. That's great.
That's why bao wins, like like a dumpling over.
I get it. No, that's why bao would win. I get it. No refined sugars.
And you don't do honey because you're vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Do you not do honey, Marshall?
Well, that's one that I think's interesting because
I could hear it in your voice that Josh assumed. I knew it.
Yeah, I think if it's I don't think it's an animal byproduct. That's kind of like my weird hot take with the honey of it all.
What is it?
Well, it's just made by them, but it's not crushed up bees. That's not honey. It's not the animal itself. It's like we harvest plants the same way the bees harvest honey.
It's kind of the equivalent to like buying Nike shoes, even though they're made by 6-year-olds in China. Like,
stop talking, Ben.
Right?
What? Okay, our brains are broken.
Yeah, this has gotten derailed. I'm so sorry.
I just you know what, Marshall? You continue to impress, and that's what I like about you. I just wish we were in a Family Guy episode and we just cut to like Marshall doing lines at Coachella, being like, "No refined sugar for me."
This isn't sweet at all.
Nice and bitter.
Me like curled up with my vape, like I don't eat refined sugar.
Do you vape, Marshall?
Oh no, we don't have to get into all that.
What the fuck? This is what kills me. I love it.
The layers, we're pulling them back, guys.
We are so lucky to have a person like Marshall as part of our team, Ben. You have no idea.
Beyond lucky. So lucky. Thank God.
Should we get into our What Are Your Nuts that isn't about Marshall?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
All right, so I'll start. So my What Are You Nuts moment of the week, if you're new to the show, What Are You Nuts is our issues with people, places, and things. Those little annoyances, that one thing you just can't get out of your craw. And mine is today at Equinox, my gym of choice. Shout out. I was walking down the stairs and I see a guy wearing a hoodie, a trainer wearing a hoodie that said, "No white toenails." Now, my brain broke. I go, what the fuck is that? I think to myself, what does that mean? So then my brain has to do Olympics, like acrobatic maneuvers to figure this out. I'm like, white toenail, white toenail, white toenails. He's a trainer, white toenails. Then I realized that, when you put pressure on your nail beds, be it your toes or your fingers, they turn white?
Yes.
So I imagine what this sweater means is when doing exercises, it's almost always better to keep your weight in your heels. And if you're pushing down on your toes, it means that the weight's in your toes. So this trainer is wearing a shirt that says "No white toenails" to give the idea of keep your weight in your heels when doing squats, when doing workouts. You almost never hear someone go, lean over your toes. They always go, lean back into your heels, right? What are you, nuts?
Sure, yes. Nuts.
Not everything has to be a sweatshirt. Take your silly sayings off your sweatshirt. No white toenails? I don't ever want to see that again. That took up 8 minutes of my day.
Also, why can't you just say put the weight in your heels?
Right.
Why do you have to... No white toenails? It sounds like a hate crime. What's wrong with white toenails?
It was it took me by surprise. And I'm like, now I got to figure out this sweatshirt. And it just was a What Are You Nuts moment. It took up way too much of my day.
Bastards. Well, my What Are You Nuts moment is people complaining about shipping and handling.
Check out our merch.
I want to just walk everybody through the idea of shipping and handling, and you can come to your own conclusion on shipping and handling. We have a product. Let's say it's merch, right? How does the merch get from me to you? Josh?
Shipping.
I'm sending you some merch. How do I get merch to you?
Something that's handled and then shipped.
And how do I do that? Do I maybe hire a service like a FedEx or a UPS? Or do I get on the plane myself and deliver it to you, Josh?
You hire a service like a FedEx or a UPS.
Got it. And does the FedEx or UPS charge me when I ship this item to you? Or do they do it for free out of the goodness of their heart?
They charge you.
Got it. So would it be normal for me to just pass through that cost to you? Just like, I'm going to send you the hat, but do you mind like covering the $7.95 that it costs for me to ship it to you?
Okay, here's where we're going to disagree.
Alternatively, Josh, if you want, you could pick it up at my house.
Would you let people?
You want to do that? You'll just pay like, I don't know, $1,000, $1,200 round trip. You can come, you can pick it up at my house. Or I can lie to you and bake it into the price of the item. But regardless, you're paying for shipping and handling. I'm sorry. What are you, nuts? I see this every day. You're not going to buy something because you have to pay $7 for shipping. I could have just charged $7 more and baked it in. But then you'd say the t-shirt was too much. The hat was too much. The beverage was too much. Everybody's gripes with shipping. I've never understood it. I've never understood it. It's since the ancient times of the late 90s, when we would have these beautiful infomercials. You're going to get everything free. Just pay shipping and handling. We've always paid shipping and handling because you have to pay to get somebody to move something for you from one place to another. I'm sorry. If you don't want to pay for shipping, you don't live in reality. And I'm saying, what are you, nuts?
Beautiful. Wow. I kind of understand where people are coming from, but I also understand.
I want to know. I want to know.
Because we live in an age of Amazon Prime, babe. We're spoiled. We are spoiled. But listen, here's the thing. We're a small business, okay? And we're growing. And when we start selling, when we really get our costs down, I'm talking outsourcing. I'm talking having these things built in countries other than the USA. God willing.
We're still going to charge for shipping because it's a service. Here's the deal. Amazon, you're talking about Prime, right? Okay. I love it. How do you get Prime, Josh?
$129 a month.
You pay for it, right? You pay for it, right? So if we want to, we could charge $129 and that covers your shipping for all our drops.
Okay. Wow. Thank you guys for listening to the Good Guys podcast. Give us 5 stars, rate, review, and subscribe. If you don't, what are you, nuts? Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, but really, rate and review. That really helps us.
Bye.
Bye.
Great.